Good evening everybody, once again welcome back to this lesson. This is the third video of the series of Act 4 Scene 1. Children, I hope that you have been enjoying the series. I have already made 2 videos before this. This is the third one. Today I'll be taking from line number 200 to 300, maybe a little more than that if the time permits. So without delay, let me move on to the lesson. Right, so let me start here. Now we had done up to this much. I believe it was up to this much. So we'll start with Shylock's dialogue. Now what was it before this? Let us see this one. It was the dialogue of Portia. Portia was talking about the quality of mercy, and it has to be rendered, and Portia was urging Shylock so that Shylock would be a little kind towards Antonio and would help mitigate the situation. But Shylock was all set to take the revenge, and he was ready to take the pound of flesh. Now Shylock, my deeds upon my head. Now what is it? Now before this, let me come to this line. Which if thou follow this strict court of Venice, which means here actually he's talking about his justice, plea, to mitigate the justice of thy plea. Plea means request. He was requesting to get the bond forfeited and punish. Punish means the pound of flesh to be taken, to be cut out from the bosom of Antonio. Which if thou follow, means if you follow that mercy, this strict court of Venice must need give sentence against the merchant there. Now if you follow that not mercy, if you follow that demand of taking the pound of flesh, the court is bound to give you, right? So the court of Venice is bound to give you, must needs give sentence against the merchant here. Against the merchant is Shylock here. Now Shylock, my deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond. Now Shylock is telling, I will take the responsibility for what I am doing. I am taking, if you feel that it is a revenge, okay, but I am responsible for that. I crave, I ask for the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond. I claim the penalty of my bond. What was that? 1 pound of flesh. Portia, is he not able to discharge the money, pay the money? He is not able. He means here Portia is asking Antonio and the others whether he is not ready or able to pay. Now Bassanio comes running. Yes, here I tender it, I offer it for him to the court. Tender means offer. Offer it for him in the court. Yes, thrice the sum. He is ready to give 3 times the sum. If that will not suffice, if that is not enough, I will be bound to pay it 10 times over. Bassanio said, I am ready to pay 10 times over. That means 3,000 into 10, 30,000 ducats. On forfeit of my hands. Now, failing which, if I am not able to do, on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart, means I am ready to forfeit my hands, my head, my heart. If this will not suffice, if I am not able to pay 10 times of the ducats, I am ready to forfeit my hands, my head, my heart. If this will not suffice, it must appear, if this is not going to satisfy the if it is not going to satisfy Shylock, it must appear that malice bears down truth. That malice means, malice means hatred, ill feeling. Bears down truth means suppresses truth. It means malice is going to rule over the truth. And I beseech means I request. Okay, R-E-Q-U-E-S-T. I request you, rest once the law to your authority. Rest means you can say for once use your authority to qualify the law or to change the law or to tweak the law so as to wrest once. Here wrest means change or alter, you can say, once the law to your authority to do a great right, means you are going to do great right, to do a little wrong. To do a little wrong means if you are changing the law to do the favor in favor of Antonio in order to save him from this dangers, then I think it is better, and curb this cruel devil of his will. Now curb means stop. This cruel devil, now this cruel devil of his will, vicious will, means if you, now Bassanio was trying to make Portia understand, I am ready to pay 10 times more than what it is. But if Shylock is not ready to take that amount, that means it is proved that he is malicious and he is just taking revenge on him. And in this case, you can tweak the law and you can change a bit here and there, and it will be for the good of the people. So Portia said, it must not be. No, it cannot be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. Means the law which is already passed in Venice, you cannot change it for the sake of one case. It will be recorded for a precedent, means it will be recorded for a precedent, means for a tradition. It will become a tradition, and many an error by the same examples might open the way to many grave abuses in future. So this can be permitted, means may an error, means it will open the door for many mistakes in future. The same examples will be taken and people will try to misuse the law, will rush into the state, means it will cover up the whole state. It cannot be. No, we cannot alter the law. Now Shylock is very happy to hear this one. Daniel came to judgment. Here a Daniel. Now Daniel is allusion. What is Daniel? You can see Daniel, a wise youth who proved in cross-examination, the guilt of the corrupt elders. The story occurs in the history of Saint and Apocrypha. Alright, so this is taken one from Apocrypha, like Susan in the Apocrypha. This is from where actually it is a reference, it is an allusion, allusion. Allusion means indirect hint. Now Daniel actually refers to a young Jew noted for his wisdom and sound judgment. So Shylock was very happy to know this. Come to judgment, a Daniel, oh wise judge, how I do honor you. I do honor you. Honor, right? Honor you. Honor thee means you, right? You. Portia, I pray you, let me look upon the bond. Now Portia tells Shylock, please show me the bond. Now Shylock eagerly comes. It is most reverend doctor. Here most reverend means respectful doctor. Doctor means here learned doctor. Learned doctor means it is a degree, means if you are doing a lot of studies, doctor of philosophy, PhD, so you are called doctor, right? Learned doctor. So reverend doctor, here it is. Shylock, Portia, Shylock, thrice thy money offered thee. Then Portia is trying to convince Shylock, see, they are going to offer you 3 times the money that you have given them. So are you not ready to take that? Shylock said, an oath, I have an oath in heaven. Means he say, I have taken an oath before the heaven to have my bond. Shall I bring on my soul the sin of breaking my oath? So he is trying to remind Portia, an oath, I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury? Perjury means false swearing. Shall I be blamed by the heaven to lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice. Even if you give the whole Venice to me to do this, I am not going to this. So he is reminding an oath. Now Portia said, why? Now Portia understood that why? This bond is forfeit. This bond is not paid according to the agreement, and lawfully by this the Jew may claim, Jew means here the Shylock, may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's hut. Be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond. Now Portia still trying to make Shylock understand the situation, the gravity of the situation, and trying to tell him, be merciful, to take thrice thy money, his money, bid me tear the bond, means you allow me to tear the bond, just throw it away, the bond. Okay, why this bond is forfeit? Now bond is forfeit means bond is not paid, so you have right, and lawfully by this Jew, the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's hut. Be merciful. Now again she tries to go near Shylock and tries to convince him to merciful. Shylock, when it is paid according to the tenor means terms of the country, when it is paid according to the tenor, it doth appear you are worthy judge, means now he say when it is paid according to the tenor, according to the term of the bond, it doth appear you are worthy judge, you know the law, your exposition had been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul I swear there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond. So when it is paid according to the tenor, means when it is paid according to the law, according to the bond, it doth appear you are worthy. You must understand you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your exposition means your interpretation. Your interpretation hath been most sound, means you try to convince me or convince the people, Duke, etc. very, very convincingly. I charge you, I request you by the law, whereof means which you are well deserving pillar, and in this case you are a worthy support for my cause. Proceed to judgment. Please move on to the judgment. By my soul I swear there is no power. I am swearing by my soul that there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. To alter means to change me. I stay here on my bond. I am ready here to take my bond. Antonio, most heartily I do beseech. Now Antonio get a little worried and excited. He said, most heartily I do beseech the court. I request the court to give the judgment. Actually, so long the case is going on, so let the court give the judgment. Portia, why then? Thus it is, you must prepare your bosom for his knife. Okay, then you be ready. Prepare your bosom. Bosom means the breast, for his knife. Shylock, oh noble judge, oh excellent young man. So once again Shylock praises the ability of the judge. Oh excellent young man. Now he's praising Portia. For the intent and purpose of the law, for the significance of the law hath full relation to the penalty. Means according to the law there is a full relation to the penalty. Hath means has. Full relation to the penalty. Penalty means here the penalty of the bond, which here appeareth due upon the bond. According to the bond, the person, I mean Shylock, he is supposed to take the pound of flesh according to. So for the intent and purpose of the law, means for the significance of the law, for the importance of the law, for the agreement of the law, had full relation to the penalty. Means Shylock can take the penalty which here appeareth. Appeareth means appears due upon the bond. Shylock, it's very true, O wise upright judge. Now he once again praises Portia. It is very true, O wise upright. Upright means honest, straightforward judge. How much more elder art thou than thy looks. Means art thou means you are. Art means art thou means you are. Then thy looks, then your looks. You look very young, but your judgment, your interrogation is very matured. Portia, therefore lay bare your bosom. Shylock, by his breast. Means he tries to convince her that exact word is not bosom, exact word is breast. So says the bond, that it not, noble judge, nearest his heart. Those are the very words. Now Shylock is trying to make Portia understand that the exact word in the bond was not bosom but breast, nearest his heart. Those are the very words. Very word means those are the exact word. Portia, it is so. Okay. Are there balance here to weigh? Art there? Art means are. Are there balance means scale, right? Balance means balancing scale, which will be used to measure the pound of flesh, the flesh. Shylock, I have them ready. I'm ready with them. Now, have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop the wounds, lest he do bleed to death. Now, Portia is trying to be again a little softer towards the situations. Have by means, is there any surgeon? Surgeon means a doctor who is trained for performing the surgery operation, right? Shylock, on your charge means at your expense. Is there any doctor to stop the wounds? Lest means should, or in case he doth bleed to death. Shylock, is it so nominated in the bond? Is it mentioned in the bond? Portia, it is not so expressed. No, it is not mentioned there. But what of? What of that? If it happens, okay, it were good you do so much for charity. At least you might do that much for the charity of a person. I cannot find it. No, it is not in the bond. It is not in the bond. So I cannot do that thing. Means I cannot promise you to have some doctor or means surgeon hereby. Portia, you merchant, have you anything to say? Antonio is asking Antonio, have you anything to say? Antonio, but little, I have nothing. I have little to say. Little means nothing here. I am armed, I am ready and well prepared. Give me your hands. Now Antonio is trying to shake hand with Bassanio, his friend. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well, means goodbye, bid you farewell. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you. Don't cry, don't grieve, don't feel sad about the situation that I am fallen, means I am reduced to this for you, for your sake. For herein fortune shows herself more kind. Now he wants to he wants to rationalize the fact that he is dying before, and it is good for him. For herein fortune shows herself more kind, means fortune is more kind to whom? To Antonio, than is her custom. Her means fortune's custom, right? It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth. I mean, usually what happens, the wretched man means the people, those who are wicked, those who are bad, wretched people, they outlive his wealth. Means even if their wealth is leave after the loss of their wealth, the wretched people, the poor, unfortunate people, they live longer than their wealth can suffice them. So I am good in that situation. I am dying before that situation. Okay, I am in good in that situation. So let the wretched man outlive his wealth. To view with hollow eyes, when the wretched man will have no wealth, what will be the condition of the wretched man? He will have hollow eyes and wrinkled brow and age of poverty, from which lingering penance, means from there, lingering means continuous suffering, penance means suffering for a long time, from which lingering penance, of such misery doth she cut me off. From this kind of misery means bad situation, doth she cut me off. Doth she means here fortune has cut me off, means she is making me free from that kind of situation. What kind of situation? That I am not going to live for a longer time to die a death of a haggard person, of a wretched person. It is good for me to die before my situation is worse than anybody else. That means I can bring it to the connotation of John Keats, he said, I would like to die in the ecstasy of my life. So here Antonio wants to say, fortune shows herself more kind. He tries to rationalize the fact that he is dying before it is good for him. Okay, so he is trying to find a justice over here. Of such misery doth she cut me off. Now Antonio is telling, commend me to your honorable wife, means convey my greetings to your honorable wife. I mean here Portia. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Please tell her my story, how my end came. Say how I loved you. You also mentioned I loved you very much. Speak me fair in death, means you speak good of me, speak well of me, right? And when the tale is told, my tale is told, bid her be judge, tell her be the judge, whether Bassanio had not once a love. Here love means friend, means Bassanio had a very good friend, and she will be the judge in that matter. She will judge whether Bassanio ever had a very good friend. Repent but you, repent means you must only regret, repent but you that you shall lose your friend, means you are losing your friend, and he repents not that he pays your debts, means he repents not. He means here Antonio himself repents not that he pays your debt, means Antonio is paying the debt for his friend Bassanio. So you may repent because you are losing me, but I am not repenting because I am paying my life for my best friend. Okay, for he pays your debt. Debt means when you borrow money from somebody. So here he said, don't repent. No, you may repent, but I will not repent. I am very proud to die for the sake of my friend. Okay, repent but you that you shall lose your friend. Now your friend here, friend is Antonio, and he repents not. He here, Antonio, repents not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut deep enough, I will pay it instantly with all my heart. Means if the Jew instantly, if he immediately cuts it, I will die immediately, I will die. Here heart is a pun. Pun is a word which has got two meanings. Means the seat of emotion of love, heart is, and then the physical organ which Shylock will cut out. So here Antonio is using pun, using heart. Bassanio, Antonio, I am married to a wife. He is trying to tell I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife and all the world, means Bassanio is telling my wife is the life to me, okay, and life, my wife and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. Now he is telling thee, but life itself, my wife and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I mean, it is not more important than your life. I would lose all, sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you. I am ready to sacrifice everything, this world, my life, my wife, everything for the sake of my friend you, okay, to deliver you, to save you from the hand of this cruel man. Portia, now Portia is trying to say this aside. Your wife would give, no, not aside. Portia is trying to say, your wife would give you little thanks for that. Actually, she is being a little humorous here. Little thank means your wife, had she been here, if she would have heard this thing, she would have given you little thank, means no thanks for this. Why? If she were by to hear you make this offer, make the offer. What offer? That you was going to sacrifice his own life, his wife and the whole world for the sake of a friend called Antonio. Your wife wouldn't have been very happy if she were by here to make the offer. I think it was spoken in aside, no? Gratiano, Gratiano comes forward. I have a wife who protests I love, I have a wife who I protest, who I promise, solemnly say, protest means here, solemnly say, I love. I would means I wish she were in heaven, means she were in heaven, means she would have been dead or she would have died. So she could enter some power to change this currish Jew. This currish means this mean and malicious. Currish means, actually car means dog. See, now Gratiano is being very rude in using the word like currish Jew. Now Nerissa, the clerk to Portia, she's saying, it you offer it behind her back. It is well you offer it. You offer it means you are saying it behind her back, means your wife is not here. That is why you are saying this. The wish would make else an unquiet house. The wish that you want, that is going to make the house not peaceful, peaceless house. That means if your wife comes to know about your wish and promise, then your wife would also be very unhappy. Shylock, these be the Christian husband. I have a daughter. Now Shylock is trying to criticize Gratiano and Bassanio for being Christian husband. Now he wants to refer to his daughter also, because his daughter Jessica was also going to marry Lorenzo, right? He was a Christian. So these be Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas, right? Would any of the stock of Barabbas, now stock means breed of Barabbas, had been her husband rather than a Christian? Now who was the husband? Lorenzo was going to be the husband of Portia. We trifle. Now he was telling, it would have been much better if my daughter would have married Barabbas. Now was Barabbas is again allusion. Barabbas was one robbers set free when Christ was executed. No, the central character in Christopher Marlowe's Jew of Malta, right? So here contemporary play. Okay, so now Barabbas was a robber. Now he wants to say a Jewish robber. Now he wants to say, had my daughter married Barabbas, I would have been happy. Then she is going to marry Christian husband. Now these Christian husbands are like that. At their back, they do this kinds of promises, right? Now he wants to say, we trifle time, we are wasting time. I pray thee, pursue sentence. Come on, let us move on to the judgment. Let us move on to the judgment. Portia, a pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it. Shylock, most rightful judge. Now Portia said, a pound of the same merchant's flesh is thine. Thine means yours. Yours. The court awards it, and the law doth give it. The law of Venice gives it to you. Then Shylock becomes very happy. Most rightful judge, most honorable judge, etc. Portia, and you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it. The most learned judge, a sentence, come prepared. Now Shylock is very happy that he was going to fulfill his long cherished wish to cut the pound of flesh from the breast nearest to the heart. Portia, as he was going to, let me carry on a little bit so that I can complete this part. Okay, now I was planning to do up to here. Now Shylock, most learned judge, a sentence, come prepare. Portia, there was a little pause because they were getting ready for cutting the flesh. Portia, tarry a little, wait. Tarry means wait a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. Jot means small drop of blood. The word expressly are a pound of flesh. What is the word? A pound of flesh. Take then thy bond. You take your bond. Take thou thy pound of flesh. You also take the flesh, but in the cutting it, if you do shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the laws of Venice confiscate, means forfeited unto the state of Venice. Now this is the most important point of the play, turning point you can say. So long Shylock was eagerly waiting for the bond. Now this twisted the whole situation towards Antonio. Gratiano, he was waiting eagerly for a situation like this. Gratiano keeps on shouting, "Oh, upright judge, Mark, Jew, oh, learned judge." Now, Gratiano started praising. Now, Portia brought the twist in the case here, and he said, "Wait, you can take the pound of flesh, but you cannot drop a single drop of blood. Shed a single drop of blood. Otherwise, your land and your goods will be forfeited, confiscated." Okay? Now, Gratiano, "Oh, upright judge, Mark, Jew, oh, learned judge." Shylock, "Is that the law? Is it the law?" Portia, "Thyself shall see the act. If you want, you can check. For as thou urgest justice," you are urging for justice, "be assured thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest." Means rest assured that you will have the justice, more of justice than you will possibly like to have. Means you had been waiting eagerly, shouting eagerly, pleading eagerly for the justice, and now when I'm ready to give you justice, you are saying, "Is it the law?" "Oh, learned judge, Mark, Jew, a learned judge." Shylock, I take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go." Now Shylock changes his attitude. "Now please give me the bond." "Okay, pay the thrice and now give me 3 times the bond." That means 3 into 3, 9,000 ducats. Gratiano, "Here is the money." Now Bassanio, "Here is the money. I am ready to give the money." Portia, "Soft." Portia saying, Wait. Don't be so much in a hurry. The Jew shall have all justice." Soft. "No haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty. Don't be hurry." Gratiano once again feels very happy. "Oh, judge, an upright judge, a learned judge." Portia, "Therefore prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood. You will not shed a single drop of blood, nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh," which is very difficult, right? "If thou takest more or less than a just pound, be it just so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance, in the weight, or the divisions of the 20th part of a poor scruple." Scruple means 20 grains around. "Nay, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated." Means if you are cutting now, therefore prepare to cut off the flesh. "Shed thou no blood." You cannot shed any blood. "Or cut thou less." You cannot cut less or more, but just a pound of flesh, which is not possible at all. "If thou takest more or less than just a pound," means if you are taking little more or little less than the pound, "be it but so much." Now Portia is trying to make the estimation. "It be it so much" means it may not be makes it light or heavy in substance, in weight. How much? "Or a divisions of the 20th part of one poor scruple." One scruple is equal to around 20 grains. It is a measurement, right? Scruple means it a minute divisions of weight. Now you cannot take even the slightest more or less. "Nay," again she is adding, or he is adding, "if the scale do turn," means the scale goes down or up. Okay, up. "But in the estimation of a hair," in the estimation of hair means within the hair breadth on the indicator of the scale, within the hair breadth on the indicator of the scale, "thou diest," means you will die, "and all thy goods are confiscated." All of your goods will be taken by the court, by the country's law. So children, we have come up to 313 number lines. It is wonderful to be with you once again, and I hope that you enjoyed. This is the most important scene of the play and the most crucial scene of the play. This is the longest scene, and I hope that I'm taking more times. But feel free to ask me questions in my comment box or in the email, and if you have any doubt, please write it to me. And thank you once again to be with me for so long, because it is pretty long, and I hope that I'm able to make you understand this connotation, the meaning and explanations. Wherever if you have any doubt, you are most welcome to write to me in the comment box or send me an email, and I will try to answer you and be with you. And I hope that you will like that. And thank you once again for your help and support and subscriptions and share. Please keep doing so and watch this video and keep liking for more videos like this. Now it is almost 11 o'clock at night. I'm making this video and I'll just go off to sleep after this. So I would like to meet you with another new part of this video in the next video. Till then, goodbye and good night. Have a very sweet dream and sweet sleep. Bye for now. Take care.